Scrappy friends, welcome to my channel today. I have a layout for Rediscover Your Stash. For April, we were challenged to use stickers, so that is what this layout is featuring. So I am working on figuring out what papers I want. I mostly am using for the Live of Homemade kits the April kit, but there is some stuff from from March. I think that blue paper is for March. I know when I did the inspiration pieces and stuff for the Crafty Maven Getaway, I used similar colors in the March and the April pieces, so they match really well together, which is really nice for me in this season because I don't always get to use my whole kit. And this year, I know if you've been watching my videos, I'm probably sound like a broken record, but I am challenging myself to use up a whole lot of my stash. I do have some newer pieces like this piece here from Vicky Booten, the Bold and Bright collection. That is a newer piece that I bought. But other than that, like a lot of this is. So some of what I'm doing to utilize stickers in the best way is putting them on cardstock or pattern paper. So these flowers are clear flower like stickers, and so I'm sticking them on this pink paper. It's gonna match really well with that Vicky Booten paper, and this is Pink Fresh Studio. It is very old. I'm not sure what collection it's from. So, and then I have this other green paper that is in that kit, and so as you can see, I didn't show me fussy cutting at all. I am going to use that really big acetate. As you've seen, I just used a white marker. The Faber-Castell markers work really well on stuff like that because it dries. I think it's acrylic paint, but I could be wrong about that. Actually, there's this really cool marker that I seen one of the ladies from Lisa Horton's team, and she was showing a marker that you can add acrylic paint to yourself. So I want to snack some of those for the kids at some point. But anyway, so I'm going to use these papers to layer. You can't really see them. They're off to the side, but I'm just using like a lot of the little pieces. Honestly, I probably should have seen if I had more smaller pieces in the bottom of my kit bag, but did I do that? No, I'm just going to cut up the papers that I have. And they're not really big papers anyway. I've been using my April kit a little bit. I've done a few layouts this year, or this April, with this kit. I don't have them all posted. I have a couple of videos that will be posted later on this week too. So this week I have a lot of stuff going on my channel. I am also using that pattern paper card. It's a 4x6 card that I designed, and it's just super fun. And so this is gonna also just add in some of the colors that I'm looking to add. So I really just want this to be super colorful and spring-like because that is what my photo is. So, and I'm realizing, like, as I'm doing this layout, I'm like, man, I haven't even touched stickers yet, really, except for the first few stickers that I did. But don't worry, I will be using a lot of stickers. I actually thought about maybe using stickers on the background, like the whole background, with like mixed media or something, and I didn't end up doing that because I was kind of having like a mental creative block of how I could do that in a way that would fit my style and how I like to scrap, and I just couldn't figure it out. So this is what I ended up with. But I really like how this turned out. I do think it would have looked nice maybe with some splatters, and I didn't end up doing that, but that's okay. And I'm just adding and tucking in lots of little pieces of patterns in between the plain cardstock in that top pattern, and then the acetate is just going to go right over top of that. Now, I am rolling these a little bit. I didn't need to do that, but I thought it would just kind of look fun and give it some texture, because why not? I love texture. So now I'm cutting this, and these are just smaller pieces. I'll probably end up using that bigger piece like some other time, and I'll probably just leave it the way that it is, and then you'll just see a sneak of the corner. I am just using my ATG gun. There is other tapes that are clear, or like a clear drying tape or glue, and you could definitely use that. You could use a tiny attacher or a regular stapler too, and that would have looked fine. But I don't mind that there is a little bit of tape. Like, you can see the tape a little bit, but as I add other stuff, it becomes less noticeable to me, so it's not a big deal. But if that's something that is a big deal to you guys, just make sure that you have some other kind of glue that you can adhere an acetate piece to. They're super fun to play with. I mean, it would have been really cool to have like some kind of mixed media on the background, which I could do. Now, I'm also going to layer some of these same papers that I used underneath the bigger pieces around my photo, and just kind of make it fun. I actually used them around the corners, like the top and the side, and I don't usually do that. I usually pick like top and bottom or the two sides, but I really liked how this turned out. It was just a little bit different and fun, and I play around with these little pieces, and they're not exactly straight, so I kind of play with like the orientation of how they are. And once again, I just really just had fun, like adding lots of pieces of pattern paper and just having all these little colors peek out. And I mean, I know that's what I like to do, and so sometimes it's just fun. And when I get in like a creative block, and I shouldn't say that I'm in a creative block, it's just I haven't been scrapping that much lately because I've been doing a lot of other things, and so sometimes I need just something that I know I can do well, or something that helps jump off and like can create that catalyst to have a better vision and something. Because when I tried to do this layout a few days earlier, and I just could not figure out for the life of me what I was going to do. And I know I have a ton of stickers, guys. I don't know if you guys have that issue, with like, you just collect, like, I love stickers, and I have dimensional stickers. I probably could have found like bigger butterfly pieces. I was trying to think, I will say, of patterns and different styles of stickers that I thought would match, and you're going to see me kind of play around with what I'm using. I end up using that sticker from what collection is that from? I don't even remember. It's a crepe paper one. It's pretty old, and it is geared more towards like a tween, but I really do like the colors in it. It really matches well with the April colors that I had with the coral, and it looks really nice with those flowers. So these are tulips from my backyard. I got out with my nice camera and took some really nice pictures. I have a couple of other ones that I need to print off, but and so I'm going to play around with adding all those flowers and leaves up at the top. I do end up using that that butterfly that also was from that sticker sheet collection. And so I'm gonna play around with where I'm gonna put these, and I don't know. I just kind of like placed them where I thought they would look good, and I try to just make some different clusters because I'm trying to fill up that white space because I don't have any media or anything. Honestly, it really probably could have used like having some like a wash or something, or like a couple of little bursts of colors and stuff that probably would have looked really nice with the photo, but my brain was just not connecting the media with it. And maybe because on the weekend when I was having a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the layouts that I was making, I ended up just using a whole lot of media and just playing with media on pages. And you would think I could have used some of those, but they weren't really right for what I was looking for utilizing stickers. So I want the stickers to work for me instead of me working to use the stickers, if that makes sense. And I feel like sometimes that's the best way when you're really trying to dig into your stash and use up things that you haven't used in a while. So I really want these stickers to make my layout work better and not fight against it. And I think that was the problem that I was having is I was having just a hard time of that disconnect. I don't know if you guys get that way. And once again, I think sometimes it's not being in my scrap room as much as I would like. And so like life's things, I get disjointed from what I'm trying to do on a page. And so I really just wanted to have fun. So I picked these Amy Tan butterflies, and I'm going to end up, because I was going to use the LE Studios ones, and then I end up not using those at all. Like I have that one down at the bottom, and it's super cute, and the pink works really well with the pink of the flowers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to end up taking it off because I just don't think it works as well. And so I'm going to do a little layer here where it says beauty. And I like how I use nature's, and it's just kind of like wavy, and it goes with that flow of that thing. Actually, what would have been really nice is if I put that picture like in the middle and did both of the title pieces on the top and the bottom piece. But you know, sometimes I see these things as I'm editing and doing these voiceovers, and I realize, oh, that would have looked really cool too, which is one of those things that I feel like I don't do so well, but it makes me think that I should really be keeping a notebook and jot these ideas down. I don't know if you guys do this. So if you guys do, yay. And I just need to do better at it because I don't always write down the ideas that I have for layouts. Sometimes I do. And I think when I was more prolific, I probably did that a lot more than I do now. And it just kind of helps with these ideas. I play around with that bow. So I also use the clear Maggie Holmes bow. I really like the color. It ties in that coral color again. And I'm going to move it around. And it does find a place. But I really like these Amy Tan butterflies. They work really well with that acetate. They're very similar style of a bug or moth or butterfly, whatever. And so I'm just going to play around, and then it finds its place right here. And that's perfect. It's like the perfect little place. You get this like really cool cluster. And so I just play with these clusters and I move stuff around, and I'm going to move that LE Studio piece in a minute. And I think I do that off screen, and I end up putting two things, I think, over there, a flower and so, yeah, and those ones I lined with just the cardstock, and then I put because they were all clear. And so I just add this one little last thing, and then it is done. So thank you guys for joining me. I think I did a pretty good job getting use out of quite a bit of stickers. I probably could have even used more. So as you can see, I added some other stuff. Oh, I put the flower over near beauty. So I really like how this turned out. It was just super fun to play and just have fun and use lots of stickers. And I do feel like I used quite a bit. I might use more of these and just try to knock out and do another layout with stickers, because this, like, I just need to use up my stickers. So definitely check out all the other scrappers who are using stickers today too. And I will see you guys later. Bye.